Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the 15-minute sitting meditation. So we're working our way up bit by bit to 20 minutes. And if you've been practicing the 10-minute meditation and the 5-minute meditation, maybe you've noticed a little bit of difference between starting with 5 minutes, just seeing what's going on in your mind as you sit, and then going up to 10 minutes, and maybe you've seen a little bit of thoughts settling a little bit, or maybe you don't get so caught up in them. And so you may notice that you actually start to relax, and that sometimes you don't need to really follow every train of thought. And it's okay to kind of loosen your grip on them a little bit. Or maybe the right way to say it would be to let them loosen their grip on you a little bit. Um, let them float by like clouds. Maybe you're not at that point yet, or maybe sometimes you really get caught up in it, and you just, and that's okay. Just sit through that, experience it. With 15 minutes, you may notice even more settling, and you might also notice that the problems perhaps come up when we grab on and really try to, if we're like attached to something. Let's say you're worrying about something at work, right? If you could let go of it for a little while, you may find that the rest you get from that brief vacation from worrying may actually help you deal with the situation a little better. You may go into it a little more calm. You might actually find that an answer to a problem pops up in your head. I think I mentioned this previously, and that can be a nice thing. Sometimes we need to let go in order to make progress. It almost seems counterintuitive, but sometimes that is how it works. So, practice sitting with it, let things come, don't try to push them away. If you find yourself struggling, just notice that and say, can I just relax the struggle for just these few minutes while I'm sitting here? And then come back to your body. And if you catch yourself worrying about something, stop for a second if you can and just scan through your body. You don't have to start at the top of your head. I often do. Um, and just go down through and see, is there tension somewhere? And if there is, over time, as you practice, is that tension associated with that particular, maybe that particular thought or that type of thought? I often find I get tension in my belly when I'm stressed about certain things. And I sometimes wonder if that's why I like eat, stress eating, right? It is because there's some discomfort somewhere and you're trying to fix that. And you may notice there's a relationship between what's going on in your body and what's going on in your mind. And if you can calm your mind, you can calm your body, or vice versa. If you can calm the body, you calm the mind. And so that's one reason why you want to sit pretty still while you're meditating. If you find yourself fidgeting a lot, the same thing, right? If you find yourself worrying, what's going on in your body? If you find yourself fidgeting, what's going on in your mind? And so just try to relax that grip that we have on wanting things to be a certain way, worrying about stuff. Just notice that it's happening and don't try to get rid of it, because again, that's just another, you're feeding energy into this cycle that is probably not going to help get the result that you want. So breathe and let go, or just allow, give it permission to go, to relax. And then let the thoughts be there. Don't try to shove them out, but see if you can just be present with them rather than struggling with them. And if nothing else, just come back to your breath and be okay with whatever's happening. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself a break. A little self-compassion goes a long way. Notice what you're struggling with. And what would you say to somebody else who's struggling with that? Sometimes we need a different perspective, if you had a friend who came to you and said that I've got like all these worries and all this is going on, what would you tell them? How would you help them? And would you say that to yourself? Can you say that? I invite you to say those same words to yourself. Give yourself a break, a little self-compassion. How would you help somebody else solve that problem? So with that, let's try 15 minutes and see how we feel. In fact, how do you feel right now? Just take a moment to think about that. What do you feel in your body? How's everything in your mind? Just take a minute to check in. And as I always do, let's take a few breaths. I'll just follow my pace here. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So how do you feel now compared to when we started? What did you notice along the way? Did you notice any time when maybe there weren't so many thoughts? And what was happening when there weren't a lot of thoughts in your mind? How about sounds? Did you notice any kind of sounds? Did you let them go by and maybe not even try to put a label on them? Or how about in your body? Did you feel relaxed? Did you feel tension somewhere? What did you notice? So that was 15 minutes. Try that for a few days, a week, a month. If you can sit for 15 minutes, I think that's when the mind really starts to settle down and you start to get some really good benefit from it. Give it a try. See what you think. Leave me some comments. Let me know how you're doing. And I'm always open for suggestions on other things to try. Or if you notice things that I never mentioned, that's even better. You can teach me something. I always like to learn new things. So yeah, I'll post another video that's just breathing and the bells and meditating. And I hope this helps with your daily practice. Thanks for joining. Bye.